everyone, it's Miss Kristen here at the Biggs Museum. Today we're inside the Greek Revival Gallery on the second floor of the Biggs Museum of American Art. And welcome to our second digital Biggs Kids workshop. Today our Biggs Kids workshop has to do with ancient Greek cultures and art. So as I said, we're inside the Greek Revival Gallery. Now the Greek Revival started in the early 1800s and went until about 1850. So all of the artwork inside this gallery is going to be made during that time period. And even though we have things like sculptures, we have furniture, we have some paintings as well, even though they're different types of art, they all have something similar. And that is that they are looking at and inspired by ancient Greco-Roman art. Now, Greco-Roman is referring to both ancient Roman art and ancient Greek art. So we're going to see some similarities. Now, what's really going to be showing through in a lot of this artwork is that you're going to see figures from mythology. You're going to be seeing columns. You're going to be seeing different pastoral landscapes, which means that you're going to be seeing fields and grass and trees and animals that really don't have many people in them. So while we're in this gallery, I'm going to take you around a little bit and then I'm going to show you our project for today. So as you can see behind me, we have some furniture and we have some marble statues. We have a second marble statue, which is now behind me, and this one is going to be one of the Greek goddesses. We're looking at Persephone, and she is notable for being the queen of the underworld. She married the god Hades, and she is known to represent the springtime. So if we keep going, we're going to start seeing some of our pastoral landscapes and some more of our furniture. So can everyone say the word pastoral? Good job. One more time. Pastoral. And what that means is that they're like this painting here. It's a wide, open landscape. And there's not many people in it. And it's sort of calm and peaceful and quiet. Now, the people that you do see in this one behind me are dressed to look like ancient Roman and Greek people, since we are, of course, here in the Greek Revival Gallery. I'll show you a couple more of the paintings and pieces that we have before we start our Biggs Kids project. So each of these different pieces of artwork, much like the statue of Persephone that we talked about, which is behind me, all help tell a story through a simple picture or painting or sculpture. And there we are back at one of our other marble pieces here. Now, this is only a corner of our gallery. There are more pictures and more artworks and more furniture that are inspired by the Greek and therefore are in the Greek Revival Gallery. Now, our project today is going to continue this idea of telling stories through singular objects or one object. So today we're going to be doing a project inspired by ancient Greek painting and pottery. So today we are going to be making black figure pots. So what I have here is a simple terracotta pot. You can get these for about $2. We do have a couple. We have a small supply that you can schedule to pick up at the Biggs to make one of your own. Now, all you'll need is a terracotta pot. You don't need a plant, but I planted one in mine. And there's two ways you can make this project. You can use either black markers. You want to make sure if you use black markers that they're non-washable. So you want a permanent marker. So you may need an adult's help with this. I'm using Sharpies to make mine, so this is drawn with marker, and I'll tell you all about what's happening in it in a moment here. And you want two different sizes. I have my thick point to do these top lines, to do these thicker places in my pottery, and I have a thin point to do all of this small detail work that you see. Now, if you want to be really artsy and you like a challenge, you can try doing an actual black figure painting on your pottery using paintbrushes. And I would recommend acrylic paint if you want to paint on here, because acrylic paint doesn't wash away with water once it's dried. Now, on here, I have 3 different size paintbrushes. If you want to do it the challenging way and paint it, you want to use relatively small brushes. You want a little one to paint these areas that can be a little bit bigger, but you want the really teeny tiny brushes to try and do all of these line work. And if you decide to use paintbrushes, the trick is you want to use that teeny piece where all of the bristles come together in order to paint onto here. But like I said, you don't have to paint the terracotta pot to take part in this black figure painting activity. You can always use permanent marker, which is what I did. Now, black figure painting refers to the fact that inside my red terracotta pot, I have painted black on it. And I've essentially made the people and the animals or the figures black. So it's a black figure painting. Now, there's also red figure painting, which would be to take a black pot and paint red onto it. So all of the people would be red instead of black. But today, since we have red terracotta, we're going to be doing black figure painting. Now let's start on the back of the pot. On the back of my pot, I have decided to draw some birds. Maybe they're cranes, maybe they're flamingos. I like to think of them as flamingos. Just eating, hanging out, eating some food. And I have decided to make a design going around the top of my pot. However, when we get to this side, I have decided to tell a story from mythology. So mythology is a collection of stories that Greek and Roman people had about why things in the world are the way they are. Why does it get dark at night? Why does it get cold in the winter? Why do all the plants bloom? All of this had different reasons. And so to come up with those reasons, they made up stories. So here I have decided to tell a lesser known story all around Pegasus. Has anyone heard of a Pegasus before? Has anyone seen it? So if you don't know, a Pegasus is a really big horse that has wings, just like a bird. Now, this horse can fly. And so that's really fun and exciting. So of course, everyone wanted to ride the Pegasus. However, because the Pegasus could fly, it didn't want anyone riding it because that's a lot of weight that it has to now carry through the sky. So Pegasus was really hard to train because it was wild. And so no one could train Pegasus. But eventually, this one man came along and he was a great warrior. And he decided he was going to try and tame Pegasus. And he eventually did. It took him a long time, but he finally tamed Pegasus. And so he started riding around on Pegasus, battling monsters. So if you can see, I have a little monster there. Now, this monster is an ancient Greek monster. It's called a chimera. Can you try saying that? Chimera. Now, a chimera is an animal made up of a bunch of other animals. So we have the body of a lion, if you can see that. We have the body of a lion, its mane right there. We have the head of a goat. Its tail is a big snake. And if that wasn't scary enough, the lion breathed fire. So in comes the man on Pegasus to battle the chimera because it was making people scared. And so I've decided to paint into here, in my black figure painting, the story of the great warrior who was able to tame and ride Pegasus battling the chimera. Now you may ask yourself, that isn't much of a story. It's fun, it's exciting. He was able to tame a flying horse, but what do you learn from that? Now, what happened after he battled the chimera is a little bit sad, but that is where we get the moral of our story. After he became famous and he was riding Pegasus and he battled the chimera, he got a little bit of an ego, which means he was a little too proud of himself. And so he decided he was gonna take Pegasus and fly Pegasus all the way up to the top of Mount Olympus. Now, the top of Mount Olympus is where all of the Greek mythological gods lived. And so he, just a normal human who was really pretty cool and pretty good at fighting monsters like the chimera, decided he was going to introduce himself to the gods without being asked. So he takes Pegasus and he starts flying up to the top of Mount Olympus. And Pegasus is tired. Pegasus doesn't want to carry him and his armor all the way up to the top of a mountain. And so he kept pushing Pegasus to go higher and to go faster. And Pegasus didn't want to. So he wasn't being very nice to Pegasus. And so right at the top, right when he was able to see the gates of Mount Olympus, Pegasus kicked him off. He said, I don't like it anymore. He threw him off, and the man fell all the way down through the sky and landed on the ground. Now, because he had done so much good in fighting monsters and making people happy, the gods decided that they didn't want him to be really badly injured. So instead, they made him blind. And so what happened was, because he made Pegasus fly so high, even though Pegasus didn't want to, Pegasus didn't want to go back to him. He wasn't very nice to Pegasus. So Pegasus decided he didn't want to go back. He didn't want to go back to his original owner. He just wanted to keep flying around. So the man, now blind, stumbled around, tripping, trying desperately to find Pegasus so that he could try again. But because he wasn't nice to Pegasus, Pegasus didn't want to be found, and Pegasus never went back to the man who had battled the chimera. And so we can tell all of that, it kind of hints at all of that in the story. That's told right here on my black figure pot. So today our project is, you're gonna make your own black figure pot. It can tell a story like the one I just told you, which is inspired by Greek mythology, like all of the paintings in this room. Or you can draw anything you want. Like I drew some birds eating food on the back, because why not? So you can use your Sharpies Or if you like a challenge, you can use your paintbrushes. And using only the color black, you want to try and make your own decoration. Now, if you don't want to draw birds or a story, you don't have to. You can draw designs. You can draw swirls. You can just color in stuff. You can do anything you want because it's your pot. And when you're done, be sure to plant a flower or a plant. Mine is aloe because it's always useful. But you can do whatever you want with your pot using black, and you can plant whatever you want. And now you'll have your own little at-home garden. So once again, this is Miss Kristen at the Biggs Museum of American Art in our Greek Revival Gallery, doing our June Biggs Kids of the Month. Now, if you do need to pick up a terracotta pot, you can do that and just follow the instructions beneath this video in order to schedule a visit to pick up a pot of your own to decorate. Now, I will say we have a limited supply, so we only have a few we can give out. But if you need one, feel free to contact us and follow the instructions provided with this video. And I hope you enjoy your Biggs Kids, and we look forward to having you back at the museum soon. Bye!